All right, I let Tanner Bronson do the halftime speech, so probably should let him start doing the pregame speech. But that's why they play 40 minutes. We just couldn't get it together in the first half, really on either side of it. They're a very aggressive team defensively, particularly with their help defense. It's not weak side help. Their weak side ends up on the strong side, and then it just that creates a lot of indecision. And I thought we made a change in what we were doing offensively at halftime, and it's hard to make some of those just in a timeout. So we had some time at halftime to make a couple adjustments offensively. But in reality, what allowed us to make the comeback so quickly was that defensively, I think they scored 2 points in that stretch early on in the first half. So we played better. We generated high-quality shots. We made a bunch of them from three, but they were, for the most part, they were high-quality shots, so I was happy with that. But, just happy to get into finals with a win under our belt and, take a couple days here since we don't play for a week.
Lamont, you mentioned that change. What was it at halftime?
Yeah, we went to a different scheme. I mean, I think philosophically we wanted to get the ball inside with both of these two different schemes. But the second one in the second half, it was a little more regimented. It was we knew we were getting the ball inside. There weren't a whole lot of options for guys until we did get the ball inside, or at least looked at what would be inside. So it just was a little more regimented. Our spacing was different in that one than it was in the first one, and so we've attacked the defense like that with both. Obviously, that's why we started the game in the scheme that we did. But just today, the second one worked better. We saw the defense and saw the floor better out of the second one, and it's it's a little less exciting and whatnot, but it was very effective for us today.
You only played 8 players today, first time this season. You've been, just the 3 guys off the bench. Was that schematic? Was that matchup? Was there kind of something else going on with any other players who didn't get in the game today?
Yeah, we were in the second half. In the first half we were down and we weren't playing well. So sometimes guys get the opportunity just based on how the game is going. And then if they play well, they earn more opportunity. It just was hard with how we played in the first half for a couple of those guys to get that opportunity in the first half, right? Especially if they were out there with a couple other guys that are, just kind of new to these minutes. So that was a big part of it. But then in the second half specifically, we were playing well. And that stretch ended up, I don't even know what the exact numbers on it were. It was so good that I just wasn't going to change for as long as I could go without changing anything until something different happened. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm not as dumb as I look either. So we just stuck with that as long as we possibly could, and so there were just less personnel changes in that second half.
Seemed like Colin had a really good day today. I think he went 100% from the field. Just what do you feel like was working so well for him today?
He was making strong moves to the basket. I think guys were finding him in some really advantageous situations. But he's really been working on pivoting. A couple of our guys have on pivoting towards the basket and getting on balance, and then being able to make a strong move through some contact, which he did a couple of times. So he's still growing. He's a young guy. He's still growing as a player. It's exciting to see his growth, but he's got phenomenal natural touch, and so even when he does get fouled or bumped, oftentimes he has the ability to make some of that stuff around the basket. But I think a lot of it was quality of shot. Some of it was his doing, but others was guys threw some good passes that led him to a pretty good situation.
Questions?
All she wrote. Thanks.